What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some college hoops, and this is where we're going to get down into these invitational tournaments where I will have three best bets in this video. So make sure you guys all stick around to the end. Appreciate you guys rock with me. College basketball is one of my favorite sports to handicap. A lot of good angles that you can find within the betting trends and insights, as well as the splits, where you can really dive into some of these lower handle games and really find out where the money is, especially with the frequency of these games played. Oftentimes you do get an extreme edge betting on college basketball, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. I have three best bets. We're going to look into some games. Like I said, guys, these are invitational tournaments, so things have been kind of weird in terms of favorites and some of these big marquee matchups, like last night, for example, we had Kansas and Duke playing. I was all over the Jayhawks in that matchup. Despite getting 3.5 points, it was a weird line. They never really relinquished control, albeit the attempts for Duke to kind of rally back down the stretch, even losing their big man. And Kansas really had all the adversity going against them, but still found a way to squeak out that win as they took down the Blue Devils. Okay, so still remaining the number one team in the nation. Kansas is running hot. Great guard play, as well as what they have in terms of down low. One of my favorite probably plays for the futures market as well is taking the Jayhawks. Okay, really showing some strength early on. But as we all know, anything's possible once we get to March. Okay, but let's look into the games. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you smash that like button. One of the picks I will have is for a 4 o'clock tip-off, so make sure you guys have, on the East Coast, I should say. So make sure you guys have that notification bell turned on, so when I do post my picks, you don't miss the content as it comes. Also, give me a follow on X. The handle is in the bottom left. And we are going to use Outlier to get into the picks, one of my favorite platforms. So if you guys have not signed up for Outlier, there is a link down below in the description. Try it out. I promise you'll like it. 7-day free trial. Links down below. Okay. But we'll look at an Oregon game first. Now, this is interesting because the Ducks kind of combating within the betting trends, right? 5-0 in their last 5 games against top 25 defenses. However, 0-6 against top 25 defenses in terms of the number. We're going to lay 3 points here. I'm going to buy some juice here. I'm going to get rid of that hook with the free throws down the stretch. Anything's possible. You don't want to lose this game on a half number, so we are going to take -3. I do like the Ducks money line. I'm just not going to lay the big number here at -1. I believe it's -168 currently. We're going to look into that real quickly. Let me pull up the actual game board so that we can dive into this more so in its entirety. Okay, give me 1 second, and we will get that up there for you guys running. Odds courtesy of Outlier, and here we go. Okay, so this is where we're going to use the game board, where not only just college basketball, but they do offer all sports. Okay, but we are going to go into the games, and then obviously we're going to sort by finding the Ducks here. And that's where we're going to find this game, where you can see kind of the overwhelmingly support for the spread is on San Diego State. For me, guys, San Diego State plays great defense. We all know that. The numbers hold true. But I do think the Ducks are the better team. All right, I do like the Ducks on the money line, but I am going to take them -3, laying 3 points here in this tournament matchup. Look at some of the numbers here. Oregon was able to beat Texas A&M, Oregon State, Troy, Portland, and Montana. On the other side of the argument, San Diego State with that blowout win going against Creighton as a 5-point dog, playing great defense, holding the Blue Jays to 53 points, and then losing to Gonzaga 80-67. So San Diego State, more tried and true. I think the Ducks are a great team, and I know that win against Creighton does hold some merit, but I think Creighton is one of those teams that, quite frankly, is going through some hard times, some injuries, and they're not playing good basketball by the numbers, okay? Early on in the tournament, that's kind of why I don't like to bet games this early, but we are kind of popping that cherry and getting into the college basketball picks. But we look at San Diego State, right? They kind of overperformed, in my opinion. And what Oregon does defensively, I think, is going to be able to counteract what San Diego State has been, in my opinion, getting lucky and overperforming in terms of those stats, okay? Oregon as well, I do like them. They have a great three-point game, and they do rebound the basketball well. So we're going to go with the Ducks -3 as my first bet. Kind of just a fade on the maybe false narrative that San Diego State, albeit they do have a great defense, I just think that maybe they're a little bit overvalued right now in the market due to the misfortune off of that Creighton win, okay? Next, I do want to talk about Texas A&M and Creighton, okay? And we're going to continue that narrative. We are going to continue to fade Creighton, okay? And this is where the Aggies come into this game, minus 165 favorites. You could see kind of in terms of the betting spread, 80% of the money is on Texas A&M, albeit 68% of the bets. We're going to go with Texas A&M, okay? I think that Creighton's in a really bad spot right now, especially after that loss yesterday, coming back-to-back and having to perform 1-5 ATS in their last 5 games. I just don't see it here. I see some value taking Texas A&M. Once again, we're going to lay -3. So I like Texas A&M -3. You can find that juiced up probably in that -120 range, $1.20 there for the Aggies. And that's kind of where I think they have the better coach too. And I think that's something where you look at Buzz Williams and what he's going to look to deploy against the Blue Jays team. It's pretty much right there on paper, right? Creighton's weaknesses have been noted, documented, and a lot of these times in these invitationals, coaches get the scout after their games. So I do think Texas A&M gets this one done. So hopefully they get out there and cover that 3, but I think Texas A&M is the right side. Also, Texas A&M is fully healthy. They lost to Oregon yesterday, 80-70. So, they had a great win against Ohio State as well. We'll see how the Buckeyes fare down the stretch, but A&M -3 is my second best bet here in this matchup. Okay. Last, we're going to go and it's going to be a late game where we're going to look into Long Beach State and San Jose State. Okay. Now, within Long Beach, this is something you have to understand. They are absolutely abysmal. Maybe one of the worst teams in college basketball, okay? And I think this number's wrong. I actually think they're actually 0-7. They're counting a win, quite frankly, where if you look into this for Long Beach, okay, and I'll show you guys Laverne, okay? So that's, almost an exhibition where they're not really going to count that. But San Jose State, I think, is a better team, albeit they are 2-5 straight up and 4-3 against the number. They have covered 4 of their last 5 games with a push. We are going to take San Jose State. I'm not willing to lay the 5.5. I think this could be a blowout where San Jose State does get the best of Long Beach State. However, I do think this is another narrative where we look into kind of what we have going on. I do like the under the total, okay? I just don't think Long Beach State's going to score, and I don't think San Jose State's going to score overwhelmingly enough to cover the number. If we talk about the total, this is where in their last 5 games, Long Beach State is 4-1 to the under. Those totals were all set 130 and above. And I don't feel comfortable laying the 125.5 or whatever it's going to be at close. But I think that we look at the under for San Jose State as well. They're 4-1 to the under as well. So for me, it's an underplay on San Jose State. Also, I do think that San Jose State on the money line and now at -235 is a little out of control. I can pretty much guarantee they get the victory here in this spot. But we're going to take this one a little bit differently. We're going to play a full unit on a same game parlay, which, quite frankly, you're not supposed to do this. But I am going to take San Jose State on the money line. And I told you guys I like this game under 130. So we're going to give ourselves a cushion, 133.5 and San Jose State on the money line. So it's more of a play, assuming San Jose State wins the game with that under. So that's right now at +100. So under 133.5 with San Jose State money line will be my best bet in this matchup. Okay. So here are my picks, a little recap, and you can see this on your screen. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe before exiting this video. We're going to go Oregon Ducks -3, A&M -3, and San Jose State money line parlayed with the under 133.5 in that matchup. Okay. Appreciate you guys. Good luck with your picks. Enjoy this invitational basketball. We have a lot of big games as well. One of the games on the more later side of it that is kind of noteworthy is when you look into the odds board, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. Notre Dame is playing Houston. You get these great teams such as Houston, albeit Houston may not be the best team that we have seen within kind of what they lost in the transfer portal. But like earlier on, we did miss this game. It was Louisville, Indiana. That quite frankly didn't deliver. It's been kind of a blowout. But also you can look into some of the bigger games and spots where we have a late night matchup between Michigan and Xavier, as well as Michigan State, North Carolina. There's some big games, so enjoy these invitational tournaments. They do provide a lot of betting opportunities, but those are my 3 best bets for the Wednesday college basketball card. Appreciate you guys. Subscribe down below. Follow me on X, all that good stuff, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.